Pipo, a 5-month-old white tiger, was abandoned by his mother at a Spanish zoo. Now he makes his home with Regina Hamza and her husband, animal caretakers at the Serengeti Park near Hanover, Germany. Over the years, the Hamzas have raised over 20 wild cats in their home. There's nothing like the joy of playing with a baby tiger. Regina just has to watch Pipo's strong jaw. If he gives her a love bite, she ends up with major bruises.
When I observe his behavior, I feel really proud that I got him to this stage. He's a good size, and he's beautiful. And it's a great feeling to see his temperament and playfulness develop. I love him.
Pipo is growing into quite the rambunctious tiger. And there's never any rest for Regina or her husband. Pipo gets into everything and is constantly on the prowl for new adventures. Unfortunately, the brunt of Pipo's playtime often is Regina's husband. But he manages to take his energetic baby's constant assaults in stride. Pipo never rests. His playroom becomes a flurry of activity too. After all, one might miss something, especially with such a tempting view of the outside. These days, playtime is getting a little too much to handle, even for Regina. It looks like Pipo is growing up faster than anticipated. It's really time to let Pipo go. If Regina doesn't want her husband or herself to become part of the dinner menu. One shouldn't forget that this baby's a wild tiger and not a household cat.
His education is very lax. You can see that in his behavior. It might seem strange, but if we raised him like a pup, he'd become domesticated, and that means he couldn't be put back in the wild, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here.
What can one do with a lovable but impossibly wild baby like this? Pipo doesn't know it yet, but the Hamzas will have to think of something fast. Pipo has rearranged his whole room on his quest for lunch, and it's high time that Regina deals with her active young man. With his size and temperament, this is pretty much the only moment in the day that he rests and lets his adoptive mother enjoy his company.
Pipo! Pipo, guck mal, was wir hier haben.
For growing Pipo, milk is now not the only thing on the menu. Meat is becoming an important part of his diet. No matter how impatient he gets, the meat has to be heated a bit, or he wouldn't touch a bite. So he needs to practice a bit of patience. Today is the first day he's getting large pieces of meat. Whether it's chicken, pork, or beef, Pipo still has to learn how to deal with this chewy new addition to his diet. After mealtime, a little exercise in the garden will hopefully get rid of some of Pipo's excess energy and gives him a chance to practice future hunting techniques on adoptive father Hansa.
Oh, Pipo.
Pipo's romps have escalated in the last few weeks, and Regina knows that the separation from Pipo won't be far off now.
I don't even want to think about it. That's the absolute worst part of raising these babies. It's so hard that I've often said to myself, that's the last time. I can't do that again. No one can imagine how hard it is to let them go at the end.
After all that dirty outdoor activity, a bath's in order. What a great way to continue to play. Teeth, claws, and soul. But one has to keep one's baby clean somehow, especially when mother's tongue would have done this job in the wild. Ripped towels and sleeves are all part of this rather damp daily exercise, but the Hamses manage the chore with a great sense of patience and humor. Pipo just can't get enough playtime with water. Even cleanup time turns into a major test of nerves for his adoptive parents. It's finally time for a special surprise outing for Pipo. The Hamses have decided that it's time for him to meet 8-month-old Tigress Bianca at the Tiger Park. It's a sad moment for Regina, but she's confident that it's the right decision.
He's proving that he's ready in every sense. He's happy and relaxed, and I think it will be all right when he goes to the Serengeti Park and meets Bianca, even if she is a few months older than him. He'll be all right, I hope.
In order to move Pipo to the Serengeti Park for his big first date with future wife Bianca, the Hamses will first have to figure out how to get Pipo into the carrier, with the least resistance from their suspicious founder. A drive in the car isn't quite what Pipo had in mind. All those feedings haven't exactly made Pipo a light transport, but in the end, curiosity got the better of him. At least foster mommy Regina is there to keep him calm on his journey. The Serengeti Park is home to a group of white tigers, several of which used to be part of circus acts. Female tiger Bianca is the youngest tiger here. Although only 8 months old, she's almost twice his size and twice as strong and dangerous.
We'll put Pipo in the box next to Bianca and see what happens. If he's interested in Bianca, he'll go over to the cage. Hopefully, they'll play with the ball a bit, and that would be a good sign. If they both then purr and try to communicate, that would be even better.
This is the first stage of Pipo's integration into this tiger clan. How these animals will react to one another when placed in the same pen is anyone's guess.
At that point, my husband and the animal handlers will be here. I don't really want to be here when these two meet up. I don't know, they could fight.
Of course, adoptive parents Regina and Hans are very curious and apprehensive at the same time. How will this first monitored meeting go? It looks like the two are getting along all right through the bars of the cage. Regina is relieved. It looks like tiger love at first sight. The two already look like they want to play with the ball together. All these new surroundings are making Pipo forget his adoptive mother. And with a heavy heart, proud mother Regina has to accept this positive turn of events. Even if it is very sad for her, she's raised enough cats to know that this is best for Pipo. He's ready to start life on his own. The big moment is finally here. This is Pipo's new future home. And it's not only a big moment for the cats, but also for the park. The news media is there in full force to witness this very special event. At home, Regina is waiting with more than a little trepidation.
Of course I'm afraid something could happen. I mean, I know Pipo is a risk taker. I'm sure he will really jump on Bianca and put her through her paces. If Bianca puts up with that, that would be really amazing. We all just hope she will.
Pipo has no idea that he's about to meet Bianca face to face, without bars. Under the watchful eye of the zoo director and the press, the big moment is now here. Is Bianca ready to teach Pipo a few lessons in tiger manners? With so much attention focused on them, it's no wonder that these two are also nervous. The big question right now is, will Pipo bug Bianca too much? And will she have as much patience and love for this little guy as the Hansens did? Bianca is twice Pipo's size, but fearless Pipo is still trying to prove that he's in charge. But Bianca is taking it all in stride and remains very gentle. She sees it all as a game. And the zoo staff see that as a very positive sign. Together, Pipo and Bianca will hopefully found their own family and bless the world with several more rambunctious white tiger babies. In the evening, the Hanses can watch the happy union on the news and be rightfully proud that through their love and care, Pipo now has a new family that can appreciate his wild streak.